Imagine this for a moment. A government at the peak of its power, and a nation terrified of its enemies. Now imagine that same government turning its most dangerous weapon, not on foreign adversaries, but on its own people. It sounds impossible. It sounds like a conspiracy theory. But what you're about to hear is real history. Today, we uncover the chilling truth behind Operation Northwoods, the secret plan in which the United States military proposed staging violent attacks against Americans to justify a war the public would never have supported. This is not fiction. This is not rumor. This is documented reality. And it begins in 1962. The Cold War was burning white hot. The Soviet Union had missiles aimed at the United States. And just 90 miles from Florida, Fidel Castro's Cuba was becoming a communist fortress. Washington was desperate. Every meeting, every briefing, every classified memo circled back to the same question. How do we get rid of Castro? Diplomacy failed. Sanctions failed. The Bay of Pigs invasion failed. So, deep inside the Pentagon, the Joint Chiefs of Staff began discussing an idea that crossed every moral line. They didn't want to respond to an attack. They wanted to create one. The plan they drafted was given a harmless name, Operation Northwoods. But inside its pages was darkness. The proposal suggested staging fake terrorist attacks on American soil, blowing up an American ship and blaming Cuba, faking the crash of a civilian airliner, even orchestrating real or simulated hijackings. They proposed planting bombs in U.S. cities, using actors to portray victims, fabricating evidence, manipulating the media, all to convince the American people that war was not only necessary, but unavoidable. One chilling line from the document reads, "Casualty lists in U.S. newspapers would cause a helpful wave of national indignation." In plain terms, fake dead Americans to push the nation into war. And this wasn't the idea of one rogue general. The entire Joint Chiefs of Staff approved it, unanimously. When the plan reached President John F. Kennedy, he was stunned. Kennedy rejected Northwoods immediately, shut it down, refused to authorize any version of it. Some believe this moment deepened the rift between Kennedy and the Pentagon, a divide that would only grow in the months ahead. But even after Kennedy rejected it, the plan wasn't destroyed. It was buried, locked away, hidden from the public for more than 30 years. It wasn't until the 1990s, when thousands of Cold War files were finally declassified, that Operation Northwoods came to light. Journalists were shocked, historians were horrified, and the American people for the first time learned the truth. Yes, the plan was real. Yes, it was signed by the highest-ranking military officers. And yes, it was intended to deceive the nation into war. And today, we're left with a question that still echoes through history. If Kennedy had approved the plan, would the U.S. military have actually gone through with it? A line from the document suggests they were ready. It reads, "The proposed operations can be executed at any time." Operation Northwoods is now remembered as one of the darkest proposals ever drafted by a democratic government. It changed nothing in Cuba, but it changed everything in Washington. It stands as a reminder of how far fear, paranoia, and unchecked power can push even the world's most powerful nations. A reminder that when secrecy grows too deep, the line between national security and national deception can disappear entirely. So in the race to defeat a foreign enemy, America almost turned its weapons inward, not on soldiers, not on rebels, but on its own people. Operation Northwoods was never carried out, but the fact that it existed at all is a story we can never afford to forget. If you found this story eye-opening, Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, because the next hidden chapter might be even darker than this one. This is Lost Chapters, revealing the stories history tried to bury.